This is the final video in the Fairmont Mayakoba series where I'm answering the question I'm getting the most, which is the all-inclusive plan actually worth it? So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you, tell you what's included and what's not included, and then just give you an opinion of who I think the all-inclusive plan would be good for. And in this video, I'm giving you a quick overview of all the resorts in the Myakoba complex because the Fairmont is actually just one of 4 resorts that make up this beautiful gated community, and each one has its really own unique vibe and features. So in case you were considering one of the others, this will help you figure out which one is the right fit for you. And if you haven't seen it yet, I did a full honest review of the Fairmont Mayakoba on my channel, so I will link that in the description because you will definitely want to watch it before booking this resort. And you can also find a link there to get a quote, and my followers get access to exclusive rates to this resort. So before I get into the details about the all-inclusive plan, let me show you the different resorts in the Myakoba complex and the differences between them. Now, there are 4 different resorts on this property. So the Fairmont is the biggest one right in the middle. Then you have the Rosewood, the Banyan Tree, and then the Andaz, which is actually under construction and in the middle of a rebrand. All of the resorts here are family friendly, so there's not a dedicated adults only resort, which is one common complaint about the Myakoba resorts. However, the Rosewood is as close as it gets. So this resort is next level luxury. It's very high end and refined. In fact, celebrities stay here and it has award-winning restaurants, but it's also very serene. So a lot of families don't choose this resort because there's not as much for kids to do versus the other resorts. Now, the Banyan Tree is unique because it's villas only, and every single villa comes with its own private pool. So a lot of families really love that, especially if you have smaller kids or if you have to put your kids down for a nap. Parents can still lounge out by the pool. Now, most families tend to choose the Fairmont because it's the largest of the 4 resorts with more pools and more kid-friendly activities. But while you do have access to the neighboring resorts no matter where you're staying, the access is pretty limited. It's mainly to the restaurants and shared experiences like the water sports center, but not the pools or beach areas. Now let's get into the all-inclusive package and whether or not it's worth it to add it on, because at Myakoba you actually have 3 booking options. You can go room only, breakfast only, or opt for the full all-inclusive package. And depending on your travel style, one of those might make way more sense than the others. First, let's talk about the cost of the all-inclusive package. And honestly, it really depends on a few factors: the time of year, any current promotions, and even the room category you book. So keep in mind that these numbers are just averages, but in general, it runs around $200 to $400 per adult per night. Now, for kids, it's a bit more forgiving. 0 to 5 stay free, and ages 6 to 7, it ranges between $150 to $200 per night. So what does the all-inclusive package include? Well, it covers around 90% of the restaurants and bars on property. The only breakfast spot that is not included is an a la carte option by the ocean. And most premium liquors and wines are also included, but watch out for some cocktails that have ultra premium liquors that come with an extra cost. Another bonus is that room service is included, and this was some of the best room service I have ever had. Now, there is an additional 20% service fee that they add on, and this is for everyone, regardless if you are on the all-inclusive or non-all-inclusive plan. Now, this setup is a bit different from a traditional all-inclusive resort because this package only covers food and drinks. Activities are not included in this. So there is a separate resort experience fee of $35 per adult per day. Kids do not have to pay this. And this fee gives you access to a variety of on-site activities, including water sports, the kids club, and I go into all of the details in a separate video, so I will definitely link that in the description below. So is the all-inclusive package worth it? Well, for me, I thought it absolutely was, especially when I saw the prices at these restaurants. So these are very high-end, award-winning spots that even outside guests come to dine at. And honestly, it's some of the best food I've ever had. It's up there with some restaurants that I've been to in New York City, and the prices reflect that. So meals and drinks can add up really fast here. Breakfast and lunch for 2 was often at least $100, sometimes closer to $150 if we had drinks, and dinners were typically $200 or more, and the cocktails alone run around $20 to $25 each. So if you love to eat and drink freely on vacation, or if you're just a foodie who likes to try everything, the all-inclusive package is definitely worth considering. Now, if you're not a big foodie or you don't drink alcohol, then the all-inclusive package might not be worth it. In that case, the room only or breakfast only options could be a better fit, especially if you plan to spend time off the resort or don't mind paying as you go. And I have to say this again, this was the best food that I've ever had at any resort in Cancun. And I've been to over 20 all-inclusive resorts, and I'm still dreaming about some of the meals and the cocktails that I had. So even though this is not your typical all-inclusive setup, I definitely recommend getting a quote, especially if you are a foodie. And I will leave a link in the description where my followers can get a special discount here. And if you have been to this resort or you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I do try to respond to all comments and questions.